except for it was like 60s, but I was desperate.
I totally understand.
Thank you. Well, let's get started here.
Let's get it started.
Hello there. Welcome to Real Talk with ASM and Anastasia, the beautiful, wonderful Anastasia.
Thank you.
Yay. Thanks for being here.
Of course.
Live show discussion topics, as always, include anything you feel is newsworthy about anything practically, about anti-racism, bigotry, inequality, and corruption in America today. The show is meant to be an opportunity for viewers to speak their mind and to serve as an educational tool and cultural competency and to be cathartic in nature. It is on purpose. A lot of us don't have anyone to talk to about these things. Maybe we live in a very red state. Maybe we live like in Klan territory. Willow, welcome.
Hey, Willow.
Yay, thanks for being here. So if you are watching, we need your input tonight. I'm going to do a quick thank you to people who send me breaking news. And if you would like to do it, I will be forever indebted to you. And if you want to call in later on, this is the number. So today we have how shall I say it? Kind of an edgy topic, would you say? I think it's edgy.
I mean, it's not edgy. I mean, it's what's going on.
For me.
Yeah.
It's really not something I'm comfortable discussing, not because I won't discuss it, but it's not my place to discuss it, to be honest.
I mean, and I feel that it's not.
You can respect that, right?
That's why we're going to discuss it together.
Yeah, and you're going to do the fun part, not the boring part. So
heavy lifting, that's fine.
Yay! I'm so happy. You're wonderful. Great. When you told me what topic you wanted to do, I was like, damn, I'm in. I like it. And then the more I learned, I was like, damn, I should shut my mouth. But that's okay.
I mean, I sent you the background stuff
absolutely
for a reason, so you will understand that it wasn't coming out of an agenda, that it's coming out of real conversations.
Absolutely.
And that a lot of people are not having because they don't listen.
This is going to be good. This is going to be good. So we talk a lot about on this live show. We talk about a lot about disrespect, our disrespectful. We talk about the disrespect our culture has for Black women, and
right.
A lot about Black men and Black women. And so tonight's going to be kind of a continuation of that.
Right.
Of course, I always emphasize the Black disrespect for Black women part because I find it criminal that white women have taken part in so much historically and today of the hurt. And no offense, but for the love of God, white women of all people should know. So anyway, I won't get into it, but I kind of like it, it kind of makes me, it's upsetting to me.
Well, the disrespect is real.
Yeah.
And the problem with that is that you get gaslighted, it gets minimized.
Mm-hmm.
And you become, I learned this phrase yesterday, the sapphire caricature.
Mm-hmm.
And the sapphire caricature is, for those who don't know, is basically the angry Black woman.
Yeah. Yep.
And the simple fact of the matter is, we're angry for a reason. It's not that we're angry for no reason. We're angry for a reason. And to where, if you're slightly inconvenienced, you go batshit crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I can't get a haircut. I can't go to my second house.
Yes.
I can't. You understand what I'm saying? And
Absolutely.
And that's where the curiosity comes into it, because it's like you can't go get your hair done. So now it's time for everybody to burn stuff down. So
yeah, I can put it this way, and I don't know if this is a good way to explain it. Hey T, welcome.
Hey T.
Basically, we can't get our nails done and our hair done, so we have a shit fit where our Black woman counterpart can't get her civil and human rights done because of us.
Right.
So it's like, seriously, like we should like go, here's a quarter, go buy a problem. And I don't mean to diminish people, because I know a lot of white folks are poor, and but the nature of their skin tone, lack thereof, melanin, whatever, makes it so the color and the shape is not their problem. Okay, it's actually not something we have to worry about. So
Well, we got to worry about getting shot in the face.
Exactly. Yeah.
The fact of the matter is that I have to worry about getting pulled over. Oh, Talonda. So this is a kafia, right? It's a Palestinian scarf. And I bought it from a Palestinian website. So this is a kafia that I used as a head wrap to show my allegiance with Palestine and the apartheid that they're going through.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's just the fact of the matter is that the disrespect is continuous. And like we're gonna talk about it with the Katanji, Supreme Court BS, that was nothing different than what they did to Anita Hill.
Oh,
Nothing
absolutely.
different. And Hattie, I forget what her name is, Fannie Lou Hamer. The same thing they did to Fannie Lou Hamer and Anita Hill.
Oh, wow. Yeah. No, it's what we do. And we're getting kind of better at like making it covert, but like not even really. I mean, it's just so obvious. But all right. Well, on that note, let us get started. Our topics that we have for you guys today are, and I kind of threw this one in because it just made me very, very upset. The first Black Florida judge and the disrespect surrounding his legacy, which we can quickly talk about. Maya Ponsetto, don't even get me started on that child. And I say child because she really, the maturity level is about, I think she's a woman, but she's a woman child. I mean,
she's 22, 23 years old. And if you watch her privilege, she went to I'm Hispanic, she went to I'm a girl.
Oh, yeah.
But we knew how that was going to turn out.
Yep.
We knew how that was going to turn out.
Absolutely. It was not good. It was not good. And so we're gonna talk about that a little bit. I'm just looking up something right now because I really want to. Maybe I put it on, maybe I didn't. Oh, I probably didn't. Well, I didn't put, did I? Probably not. I was looking for something. The other topic, Christian Toby Bumsley? I'm not sure I'm pronouncing that right.
I don't know how to pronounce his name. I was
Christian
just going to say because I didn't know how to pronounce it right.
Yeah, he was murdered, okay, by his beautiful blonde bosomy girlfriend. And we will talk. And then we're going to talk about other Black men who publicly, before their deaths, disrespected Black women. And we won't get into it right this second because it's layered and it's not really something I'm going to be joining in the conversation. But we'll let hopefully people tell us what they think. Pat, oh my gosh, I'm so happy you're here, Pat. We need you. Okay. Because I want to know what he thinks. So first of all, just real quickly, today, and I don't know if this is like yesterday, the House GOP in Florida killed probably a good word, an effort to name the federal courthouse in Tallahassee after Justice Joseph W. Hatchett. And this is just ridiculous. Now, the reason I'm making a big deal of this, because, some people would like, get over it. ASM, get over it. No, I won't. Let me explain why. A bill to name the federal courthouse in Florida was going to be named after this man. He was the first Black man to serve as the state Supreme Court, and it was killed. I don't know another word to put it, by the Republicans who pulled their support. Why did they do it, you might ask? Because they can. What jackasses. Because they're racist as fuck. And it's like, let's just be real. We're seeing this left and right. It's honestly, why did they do it? Man totally deserved it. It wasn't even like remotely close. It was a no-brainer. And they decided that, we're white, we're cool. No. I mean, anyway, that's all I'm going to say. I have a video on it. And Anna, what say you? It's just like ridiculous.
I mean, the fact of the matter is that, I have to have subjective outrage, especially because when you know what the deal is. First of all, you're talking about Florida.
True.
This is the same place where Rosewood happened.
Don't say gay.
Don't say gay.
Oh, it's
And
like,
they fed black babies to alligators.
mhm.
So are we still listening to people that fed black babies
Yeah.
to alligators?
And this is literal, not figurative. They fed literal babies, little children. Okay, I'm just wanted to
Right,
new people in the audience.
right,
Yep.
literally.
Yes,
You know,
not yeah, no. They used to be
and
drunk water.
boiled people in sugar.
Yeah,
So, and again, the Rosewood massacre happened there. And
yeah,
you know, at one point in time, I thought Mississippi had the most lynchings, but actually, it's Florida.
yeah.
So when you see things like that, you don't even like it doesn't even, it's
Par
like,
for the course.
yeah,
It's par for the course.
yeah, like the 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 way I look like, I don't even when I seen that, I was just, it was like a blip, and that was it. It wasn't even something that, and then you got to think about it. They're trying this re- great replacement thing that black people are trying to replace them. And so the fact of the matter is there's going to be certain havens for white supremacy, and
Yeah.
Florida is one of them.
Oh, it sure is. And you know what? It's funny. I like to use all my energy on everything equal. I don't know what's wrong with me. I can't normalize any of it. It's just mean. It's just really mean. But I agree. I mean, you can't. I just I just had to add that. I just added it in. I wanted to say hi
I
to
mean,
Jamie.
this is the thing. We're working in a system. We're working in a system that was not built with us in mind.
Right.
It was not built for anybody that wasn't cisgendered, white, and rich. The only reason why they accepted people that wasn't considered white before the 18th century was to up their numbers and people that were doing white supremacy. The only reason why they add white women into it because white women rear their white children. So Dr. Neely Fuller Jr. said, if you don't understand white supremacy, you don't understand anything about the world. So when I see stuff like that, it's like, yeah, why wouldn't?
It's just, I get it, and we'll move on. But God, just things like that, just because they can. It's like just because we're jackasses, basically. Anyway, we'll move on. We'll move on. I want to say, Ramses, hello, hello. I'm going to read what you said. Florida finally did a good thing for the good father that takes care of the chair. And did you guys read about that? Do you know what he's talking about?
I do not. What's going on, LaDonna?
Yeah.
But I did not. I did not read about that. But while Kim is talking, I'm gonna see what he's talking about. He's
Okay,
talking.
sweet.
I'm gonna read about it while you're talking.
Cool. And welcome. It says Black Man El. I can't say it, even though I'm a phonics specialist. Welcome. And LaDonna, hello. Thanks for being here. And I'm sure I missed a bazillion people. Jamie. Oh, did you share the last video I said? No, I did not. Jamie has given me a plethora of like so many amazing videos and about, oh my God, I don't even know where to start. So I have to kind of check those out after the show tomorrow. And I absolutely want to be involved in this, but no, I couldn't keep up. I couldn't keep up. Let's see who else is
So
here.
Kim. So it says new Florida law funds pro fatherhood programs such as Tony Dungy's All Pro Dad. A $70 million bill that prioritizes resources for Florida fathers, among other services that help children and families, was signed into law with the support of founders of several pro fatherhood foundations, including a Hall of Famer Tony Dungy.
All right.
I'll read it. I'll read it. I'll share it and stuff like that.
Okay, yeah, because I'll have to read more into it because I'm not getting it exactly 100%.
No problem.
But if it's from Florida, I mean, Ramses is awesome. But if it's from Florida, I look with some little skeptical eyes because the hate that's spewed out of that state. Oh my God. I do like the weather, but still. Jump in anytime if you have more on it. I'll start with Maya Ponsetto. That's one of the topics we prepped for. Just give a yell when you want to jump in. And if you are watching, please get involved in the conversation. This is not supposed to be just like me yapping, which I always do. We want you involved, and that's what this is about. So I'm going to just start with a quick rundown on Maya Pansero. I don't know if you remember this. I can't I have to tear my eyes out to not. She's a California woman. Yes, I emphasize that word. Who wrongly accused this young black teenager, of taking her phone in a New York City hotel, and she was grabbing him. She was shoving him around. I mean, she was nuts. She was losing her shit, and it was extremely cruel. It was a child, and apparently it finally came to court, and she is going to probably be spared prison time if she avoids her trouble. So Maya Pansero was 23 now, pleaded guilty Monday to unlawful imprisonment. As it was unlawful imprisonment, she tackled the kid. Basically, it was really bad. It's all over my site. So if you miss this, yeah, it's really horrible. This child is just standing there in this hotel lobby with his dad, and oh my god. It was unlawful imprisonment, a hate crime, a felony, but she'll have a chance to replead to a misdemeanor aggravated harassment charge if she follows the terms of the agreement. And I think, she did an interview on, was it CNN or MSNBC, with one of the women that I really respect on there.
Gail,
yeah, she was enough.
And she was enough. That's what she did. She was enough, Gail. Yeah.
I remember thinking, this was a while back, but I was thinking this young woman's got a lot of fucking nerve. I'm just saying.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, you got, first of all, to be pretty in your 20s and white passing. She didn't say anything about her race until she was labeled a racist, and that's the go-to.
Right.
That's the go-to, because she was like, how can I be racist? I'm Hispanic. What are you talking about? Being a racist is about power, and you tapped into your privilege when you did that against a child. But I'm gonna tell you, we're gonna talk about her, but my problem was more with the father and the manager, because the thing about it is the father was when he got out there, I don't know who be telling these people, oh, you need to cry. And I understand they want us to get in our victimhood. I know why they're doing that.
Did someone tell him to cry on camera? Or tell him what?
Did. Yeah,
he did cry, but did. Oh, and you thought that wasn't warranted, or you thought somebody told him to, or tell me more.
I'm not. These people are not worth my tears, because it doesn't matter. We could cry, we could beg, we can do with Dylan Roof. Those people were praying with Dylan Roof, and he still killed them. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying?
Can I ask you a question? So what is? So what bothered you was, and I want to reiterate this because I'm going to get to the point. Les, welcome. Yay, he made it. What bothered you about that father crying?
Tell me. Because I'm tired of seeing Black people in this hapless victim stance. When things happen to white people, do you see them saying, we forgive you? Oh, I'm going to pray for you. No, they're like, I want that person to burn in hell.
I'm going to kill you is more like it.
I'm going to kill you. You understand what I'm saying?
I do.
They don't even, with Dylan Roof.
Let me get your sandwich first. Yeah.
They offered their forgiveness. He said, I don't want you to forgive me. With the situation with Botham John. You want to
hug the brother.
Hug the person that killed your brother and then continued to try to get out of jail? Are you crazy? Are you cracked? I'm not doing that anymore. Mm-hmm. They don't deserve that. And I understand if you're coming from a religious type of situation, but just because you forgive someone doesn't mean that gives them access, and does not erase what they did, and does not erase the consequences of what they did. You understand what I'm saying? I see a lot of Black people, they're into this thing, well, I'm going to let go and let God. No. I'm sorry.
LaDonna says the judge needs her ass beaten.
Yeah, exactly. I told my husband, I said, if anybody that knows me, you bet, and something happens to me like that, you bet not get your butt up there talking about we forgive somebody, we want to hug somebody. I will come and haunt your ass.
Yeah, and I want to jump in for a second, and for some of the white folks who might be listening, going, "What? Huh?" And you correct me if I'm wrong, but like, there comes a time where any people who've been abused over and over and tormented and tortured and raped and attacked and demonized, that, I mean, how many days, weeks, months, years, centuries do people wait when we'll get to you, don't worry, maybe we'll get you right, and forgiving, if it's for the person, that's their thing. I will not comment on that. That's if they need that, if they're, the victim needs to forget, that is but in general, it's like, for the love of God, like, how many centuries until we realize, and we, as anyone who gives a shit about their fellow human, till we say, you know what, this is bullshit. This, no more excuses, no more,
because this is the thing. You can tell from, let's go to polar, I wouldn't even say polar opposites, because they've changed Martin Luther King into this person that he never was.
The caricature of like his
right. He was the good Negro. He was the good Negro. And I'm going to say
he wasn't, but he is now.
He wasn't. But let's look at the good Negro versus the militant, violent person that so-called Malcolm X was, right?
Oh, it's been completely,
completely.
Yep.
Listen, Martin Luther King was on one side. Where's Martin Luther King at right now? Assassinated, right?
Yeah.
Malcolm X is on this side, right? Where's Malcolm X right now?
Murdered.
So it doesn't matter how gentle you are. It doesn't matter how loving you are. Look at Elijah McCain. That still kills me. He used to play for cats.
The little he was a young child that had disability.
Yes,
he was a gentle soul.
He was a gentle soul.
It doesn't matter.
He even apologized to him, the people that was killing him. I'm not gonna die like that. You understand what I'm saying? I refuse.
Absolutely.
I refuse to die like that. And anybody that knows me, I've told them 3 things. If I leave out this house, I did not kill myself. I did not hang myself, because I wouldn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
I did not reach for the cop's gun.
Absolutely not.
So when I have to give a briefing like that
before you leave the house,
before I leave the house,
that's fucked up, man.
And you want me to sit up here and kowtow, and I'm gonna pray for this person. I'm gonna say you deserve the life that you deserve. Period.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. The problem is that Black people have kept forgiving these people, and this is gonna, and it's gonna change and all this stuff. And guess what? The Sentinelese people out there in the Indian Ocean told them, you hit this ground and we're gonna kill you. And what happened? Whenever somebody hits that land, those missionaries and those Sentinelese people, they give them that smoke. I'm not advocating violence, but what I'm saying is, just like a child, if you keep allowing a child to disrespect you in your house, when you get out that door, don't be embarrassed by them, because they're going to do that out there too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No,
it's the and last thing I'll say on this is the Lumbee tribe.
Sorry, say it again.
The Lumbee tribe in, I think it was South Carolina, and it was a mixture of Black people and indigenous people. They had made their own community, and the Klan came out there, and those people was like, we're not letting them come to our door. They ran up on that Klan.
I have a video on that.
Yes, you have a video,
on that.
Tribe. And
talk about badasses.
Yep. Right. They ran them people out of there. The man that set up that Klan meeting was so scared he left his wife, and they helped them. his wife get out of there. And that's what needs to happen.
Yeah, they stood up as a community. They came together and they said,
community, like, you're not coming in here with that. Take your ass on.
Yeah, that was incredible. I loved it. I have a video on it. I'll have to grab it out. I'll post it up because that's just a lot of people missed it, but it's yep. No, Anastasia, I do not for 1 second judge a person like you or anyone who says, you know what, I am done.
I'm done
turning the other cheek. I am done praying for you. Stop hurting my people. Stop hurting my fellow humans. Stop hurting my family. Stop it. There's no praying. There's no. Stop it. It's like enough excuses. Enough. Like I just don't know what to say. So I, of all people, do not judge. I mean, how you feel is how you feel, and you have every fucking right to feel that way because you know what? This is ridiculous.
Like I don't want no church service for me. Don't listen. My family, my peoples know what you know what I'm saying? Don't even think about that. You want to kill my child, you want to kill my husband, you want to kill, and you think you just gonna go home and be comfortable? That's not gonna happen. No. It was one cop that he killed a black man and he had a wedding. They showed up at his wedding. Like, you're not going to live comfortably after killing this innocent black man. Hell with that.
That's what we white folks in the aggregate want to do. That's why we have Martin Luther King completely sanitized. They're not pulling his books out of any schools. Oh, no. He's our guy.
Oh, no. Yeah, in Texas, they are.
Well, they are?
Yes. Yes. The letters from a Birmingham jail.
Oh, that's right. Sorry, my bad. They're pulling.
Yep.
But I guess my point is, they really sanitize the guy.
Yes.
To the point where, like, we can all kind of have like that's what we can learn in February, and then forget all about human and civil rights for black folks. Basically, I'm just keeping it real. But yeah,
you know what? I don't even let people shame me with Martin Luther King because you know what I tell them. Clearly, you don't know who the hell Martin Luther King was.
Right. Well, most people don't because we
don't even know who he really was. Because I remember when I started my journey into this, I used to tell people, "Look here, I'm not the Martin Luther King type of Negro. I'm more Malcolm X or Huey P." Until I started reading what what Martin Luther King was saying. He was like, "We coming to get our check."
Yeah, and right, we've pushed aside all. It's funny. A lot of people during February like to quote Martin Luther King quotes. You don't see too many of certain quotes of his.
No, you don't.
No, and so it's really interesting. But
Martin was a savage. He was a savage. He really was.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Do you want anything else? Because we are ready to go.
No, good. Let's go to the next subject.
Okay. Thank you for that. You are so real, and you know what? Can I just say something to people who don't know Anastasia? This woman is one of the nicest women I've ever known in my entire life.
Thank you.
And it's true. She has a freaking heart of gold. And when she says this stuff and she says, "I'm not saying sorry," that's not because she's not a nice person. It's because she's an incredible person. That's what it is. I just want to make that clear for people who don't. Because
I don't apologize for that.
No, definitely.
Shut up, LaDonna. She goes to my PI. This is the thing. LaDonna can tell you.
LaDonna, you're so funny.
I've known LaDonna for such a long time. And LaDonna has seen me transition. And she knows, like, I could be the nicest person to you, but listen, I'm a slow burn type of person. And I'm going to give you chance after chance after chance. And then I'm going to be like, you know what? You want this smoke. You earn this smoke. 500 years of degradation, 500 years of burning us, 500 years of laws after law and policy and killing us and making us seem like the savage ones and global anti-blackness.
Oh, yeah.
Global anti-blackness. That even in our own country. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh, absolutely.
We have our own people looking at us crazy or bleaching their skin or
Bleaching
doing
skin. Oh,
you
God.
you have to you have Angela Davis said it, you have to expect. And this is why they're so afraid. This is why they're never going to let the Second Amendment go, because they're still waiting for that retribution.
Right. They
That's what
think,
they're waiting for.
well, they think this is basically to explain further for new folks, maybe they're thinking, wow, maybe they're going to treat us like how we've treated them. Oh, shit.
Exactly.
That's not good. And, you know,
Exactly.
and that's kind of like, wow.
Exactly. And this is the thing, we have no interest in you. Like, I don't go throughout my day. I don't go throughout my day. What white person can I pick on today? Let's think about it. In Africa, nobody was thinking about you. Nobody. We still don't think about you.
Yeah, and see, okay, I'm going to explain that in this. I don't speak for Black people ever, or brown people ever.
Me neither. I'm speaking for this Black person.
Yes, absolutely. And I speak for myself, and I have to say, I speak for the people, not for them. I speak of best practices that my friends and colleagues and thousands of people over the years have taught me. And okay, so I'm not speaking for them. I'm speaking for kind of like the best practice of the day, I suppose you could say.
Right.
And that's all I can do. And it changes and morphs. So I'm not always perfect. But I gotta say, I've met literally thousands of, online and in person, brown, Black, Indigenous people. I have yet to find, honestly, I am not kidding, one that's ever said, I want fucking revenge this second. I'm going to kick your ass. Not one. Maybe they don't come on or don't come to me or whatever. But I mean, I know thousands and thousands. I mean, that's from all over the country, all over the world. That's not what they just want to fucking live their life and be left alone.
Yes.
That's
leave us alone.
Just leave them alone. Don't be rotten. Don't treat them like shit. This is not rocket science. This is not special. It's called being human. It's easy. Just treat people like fucking humans. God, I'm on a roll of swearing tonight. Okay. Anyway, that's my take. That's my that's what I get from it, from everybody.
No, it's the truth. Nobody, like I said, I can cohabitate with anybody. Just leave me alone.
Right.
But see, when you say that, when you tell white people just leave us alone, you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna do like they did in I think it was New Guinea. Oh, you want your own? Okay, we're gonna take down all the buildings that you built.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna take down all the buildings, all the trains, and we're gonna leave you with nothing.
It's not to leave you alone. That's just ridiculous. That's called revenge.
I mean, that's what they've done. Okay, we'll leave you alone, but leaving you alone means you're gonna start from scratch.
That is just unconscionable and like barbaric. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And everybody knows, anyone with an IQ that's normal plus or minus 2 standard deviations on either side knows that that's such bullshit. That's not, it's like, give me a break. I can't even, people who do that, to just go away.
Imagine, I just want to say this. Imagine, and I'm not saying, I'm just talking about the Mormon, the fundamental Mormon church that's out there in Utah, and how they had the child brides. Imagine that was Black people. How long do you think that would have lasted?
Yeah. You can use that for anything. Imagine the January 6th was Black people. It would have been
the thing that the Bundys did.
Oh,
and
God.
took over a federal building. Mm-hmm. Just imagine, even the Branch with the Branch Davidians, they did eventually kill him. But how long was that going on? You understand what I'm saying?
I did. Yeah. No, totally. And we can use it as every example. Absolutely. And we will. That's how I measure things. when I think, am I being crazy here? Am I over? And then I swap places and I'm like, nope.
Wouldn't have happened.
Nope, and nope.
Wouldn't have happened.
Right. So with that in mind, our next topic we want to talk with you guys about, and I'm going to like explain if you don't know much about it, just for people who didn't read up on it yet. And then I want to ask Anastasia and you guys, I want you all to say if you have an opinion. Obviously, if you don't have an opinion, it's okay. But this is some pretty interesting stuff, and no one here is judging. It's just, I think it's important to talk about the murder of this Christian Toby Abumsley, and I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name right. This man was stabbed to death by his girlfriend. But before I summarize this case, I'm going to do my little disclaimer, and I'm not doing this to be politically correct. I'm doing this to teach folks, because I teach white folks. That's what I try to do. And I want you to understand. Before I briefly summarize this case, if you're not for people who aren't familiar with it, I want to point out that some are saying this case has a ton of layers, and I would absolutely tend to agree. According to those who are close to the couple, they had a very volatile, toxic relationship. So what makes this case so special? Why am I bringing it up today with Anastasia? Why are we bringing it up? A white woman stabbed a black man to death, and she wasn't arrested or charged. Okay. Yeah. She was walking free right now. Okay. Yeah. And we'll get into that. Her prior legal issues were brought out, and like almost every single black man or woman that is murdered, he is a subject of being killed twice. Okay. Now this time it's a little different, but not a lot. Just it's a little different. There's a little nuance to it. Okay. And today we're going to talk a little bit about if it's deserved, what it means, and we're going to get into it. This time, some of the character assassinations aren't just by the usual white supremacist crowd, but also by black people who are commenting on posts that he made and criticizing him for disparaging black women as a whole. And I want to make it crystal clear. We're presenting this case for a discussion topic because it has many layers, and it does. And this case also reflects some very much broader issues of systemic racism in our nation that are rarely discussed. And I'm in no way judging this man, because as a white woman, this is not my place. I won't go there. You can't make me. No, people want to make me. I won't. It's just not right. But I really don't know when these posts were made, and I'll explain all this in a second. But if they were made public, if they were found,
some were in 2012, and then some have been lately.
Okay,
like
so
up,
Okay, thanks. I thought maybe, but I figured you might know.
Some of them was 2012, and some was recent. But again, like you said, this case has layers, because it's not just about him being black. No. It's about his immigrant status. It's a lot of things going on with this.
And I'm going to explain most of that as quickly as I can so we can get you talking. And
let's do it. Let's do it.
Telling us. So while I'm blabbing away, write stuff up, and Anna and I will, and I want to hear what Anna said. So that being said, I guess because of the public outcry that his beliefs have been apparently like made public, it's definitely something that warrants a discussion and a focus. So I want to know what y'all think. And but I want to be crystal clear. I believe the bottom line is that this cultural issue, the entire blanket of it, is still started from because of white supremacists. Okay. So we can't throw that out, because you see, we made it up, and it impacts everybody. I don't care who you are. You're living in this country, in the United States of America. You are being indoctrinated into white supremacy. And so I'm talking about white supremacy that we white people support and perpetuate. So here's what's going on real fast, and then I promise to be quiet. Christian Toby Abumsley of Miami, Florida, was stabbed to death in a luxury apartment building. His girlfriend, Courtney Claney, an OnlyFans model. I don't know what OnlyFans is. I have no idea, but it sounds something special, and she's some famous woman. Her name's Courtney Taylor, and she stabbed this guy. And she's not been criminally charged in his death. Her lawyer said to the Miami Herald that she was a victim of domestic abuse and acted in self-defense. The stabbing does remain under investigation. There's so much more to this tragedy than simply a white woman not being charged with the stabbing of her black boyfriend, which is, welcome to America. Hello. Although that was a huge red flag. I didn't know a thing about these folks, but I thought, what are you? That's like, I saw it like right when it was put out, and I'm like, oh, geez. Preferential treatment is, of course, benefit of the doubt. That's what we white folks almost always get. Now, the more poor you are, the less you get it, just to throw that in. So don't be going around doing bad things if you're really, really poor and white, because you won't probably get too far. But that being said, benefit of the doubt. She murdered him and she got preferential treatment. So controversy erupted all over news media and elsewhere. And the other major subject was that came out on social media was that people were criticizing the victim because I guess there were some old and some new tweets that he really, really made it crystal clear that he looked down upon Black women. And we'll get back to that. So Courtney's lawyer continues to insist that she's the victim, yada, yada, whatever. And she is acting in self-defense. I don't know. I have no idea. And unfortunately, we have a long, long centuries and centuries record of pulling this bullshit. She could be completely right. But you see, here's the problem. If you're dishonest and you do all this stuff over and over and over again, nobody's going to say, oh, I'm sure. No, we can't trust our own government. We can't trust our own investigators. We can't trust our own police. And this is what you get. So he went on to say it wasn't a crime, that she's innocent and self-defense, et cetera, et cetera. We're confident that the state attorney will, have her go free, whatever. He talked about the toxic relationship. Lee Merritt's office jumped in there too for the defendant. And that's a whole other story. And I know I'm going to have Anna talking because I'm just going to shut up in a minute, I swear. They gave out a statement a while ago. Our office has been consulted by the victim's family, and we've begun a thorough review of the case. From just a cursory viewpoint of the evidence, there appears to be more than sufficient evidence, probable cause to immediately arrest this lady. Any further delay by authorities continues to compromise the integrity of the investigation. I want to know, and then there's the part about him dissing Black people, and people are, there's a lot of comments. I have a ton of comments that I can read later, but I really want to be quiet now so I can hear what say you, ma'am, because wow. And what does everyone else listening say? This is crazy.
Okay, so like you said, I don't speak for every Black person, and we're not a monolith. Okay, but as you said, Black people get killed twice, right? They get killed in the media. They get killed physically, and then they get killed in the media. Mm-hmm. Now, when it's an interracial relationship, right? We have to look at the Fugitive Slave Acts and policies, mm-hmm. and we have to look at casual killing laws. We also have to look at white women and white men have a history of having relationships with Black people, with other races, killing them, and then, it was a toxic relationship. It was this, and there, just like we had a couple of Black women that were just murdered by their white partners. And the police, he looked like a nice guy, so we let him go. That happened.
Absolutely.
That just happened. And so at the end of the day, you got to look at it that, one, regardless of his comments, he was still killed. We don't know why he was killed. We know that there's a white-Black demographic. Yes, Lauren. But there was another Black woman that was killed just recently by a white partner. I forget what her name is. But even to that, now, Black women are on the lowest caste. Underneath Black LGBT, underneath is Black trans women. Okay? Because they just recently found another Black trans woman.
They're the most murdered. They're the most who end up disappearing, suicide, everything. We treat them
right.
Like shit.
And they ignore them. Okay?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, what we're looking at, I bet you can name 10 Black men that were killed. but name 10 Black women. Even me, I have to study it.
Yep.
Because again, we're ignored in life as we're ignored in death. Okay, let's go to the other layer.
Okay.
He talked disparagingly about Black women. Okay. The fact of the matter is that yes, he did that. As far as I'm concerned, with Stephen Clark, with Jonathan Price. Jonathan Price went on a tirade about him being pro-police. He had an addiction to white women. And guess what? He was trying to play Captain Save-A-Ho between two white people.
Never heard that before. Sorry.
Look, Captain Save-A-Ho between two white people. The white cop came, and guess who got shot?
Of course, black guy.
He did.
Of course.
So when it comes to situations like that, and even George Floyd, where's that white partner at? Where is she? You know what George Floyd's girlfriend said? Oh, George wouldn't like this. He wouldn't like y'all out in the streets the way you are.
God.
Now, with this situation with Mr. Christian, him and his white partner talked disparagingly about Black women. So I'm gonna tell you like this. For me, this is not my fight. However, he's still a Black man that was killed by this white woman, and she was allowed to walk away. That's not right. But to be totally honest, I want to know, okay, now let's go back to the point where he's an immigrant or his family is immigrant.
Can you tell a little bit about the backstory and that, if you know, just a teeny bit?
Well, I think I think he's an African immigrant.
Well, his parents are. He was born here, I believe.
Right. Okay, that's what I'm saying. But he's a first generation. He's a first generation.
Born here, yeah.
And so my point about it is that type of talk about Black Americans. Let me tell you something. When these people are killing us, okay, hey Bobby.
Thank you, Bobby, for being there.
When we're talking about that, when these cops kill us, when these rando white people kill us, they're not asking for passports or green cards. They're just killing us.
They don't, in other words, they don't say, well, wait, now, were you born here? Were your ancestors formerly, enslaved? Are you dependent, a relative of formerly enslaved? No. Did you just get, no, they don't care. They see your black skin and they freaking kill you.
They see black skin. They don't, exactly, LaDonna. They don't care what type of Black person you are. So you could continue to say, what's going on, Anxious Peaches? You can continue to say that we're Akatas. You can continue to say that we're lazy. You can continue to say that we're disrespectful. When Amadou Diallo got killed, did they ask where he was from? Nope. A lot of these Black people, these first generation immigrant families, their children are getting killed too, and they're expecting foundational Black Americans to stand up with you. But where are you? When we're getting killed in the streets, where are you? And so I feel like this. When I'm out in these streets and I'm fighting for people, yes, I'm going to fight for you, but I'm going to give you the same energy that you give me. And that's point blank and simple. I mean, I feel bad. And LaDonna, to go to your point, the only reason why they're able to come here and do the things that they do is because of us. Oh yeah, I was wondering, Gabby, go to bed. That's who Anxious Peaches is.
Oh, that's your little girl?
That's my 14-year-old daughter.
Hi, sweetie. Thank you so much for watching. Isn't your mom awesome? You're going to kill me. I'm encouraging her. Don't leave.
The thing about it is, and like Robin was saying, Robin, is a Black woman, and she was done wrong by the law, but she's a part of the oil at this point. She's just a cog right now. You know what I'm saying?
Can you explain that a little bit further for people who don't really.
Meaning that Black women, like I said, Black women are ignored in life and in death. Okay? How many Black women were killed by their white partners? I seen a Black woman that was set on fire by her white partner, and she said it was an accident. How he accidentally set you on fire?
I have never accidentally set anybody on
I
fire.
have never accidentally set somebody on fire.
I'm a bad cook too. And
so at the end of the day, where it's at for Black women, we are tired. A lot of Black men don't have a problem being fetishized by these women. And I'm talking about white women, white passing women, these exotics, these foreigners from wherever, these other races of women. But when something goes down, who's out in them streets? Mm-hmm. It's not them. I'm telling you, it's not them.
And it's that's a real tough, horrible
it's
point.
It's not them. But at the end of the day, we have to fight for them because nobody else will.
Got a call. Hello. Hi,
Hello.
Welcome to the show.
All right, how are you?
Good.
Can you hear me?
Welcome. Who's this?
Yeah, this is Pat.
Pat. Yay! I'm so glad Pat called in to tell us what he thinks. What are you thinking about all this stuff? Thank you.
I just was wanting to just say that, this thing goes back even when, the thing that happened with Black Wall Street, where the woman actually, she lied about this guy coming off the elevator that supposed to had touched her. That's what caused this whole riot of the killing that happened, So this is something that's been going on for generations. It's not something that's new.
Centuries.
It's been going on. Yeah. Same way with Emmett Till, look how the lady, when she's about to die, she said, she recanted her whole story, which we already knew from the beginning that it was a lie. So this is stuff that, Black people has been dealing with
for centuries. Protect the white woman. Ooh, we wouldn't want the white woman to mix blood with a black. It's so. Ugh.
Well, see, it was against the law for even Black to even date a white woman in the first place.
Absolutely.
It was miscegenation law.
Yeah, no, it's against the law. Absolutely.
Yeah. It was against it. Yeah, that's right. So, that's why if they caught the two, they would kill them or kill the Black man for sure, So this kind of stuff, that's why that movie called Loving, where the guy in Alabama. Yeah.
Very, very
so
famous.
They had to go across the county line to get married, and still,
and they were in prison too. They were both in prison, and
yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
It's like
so. This is
can I ask you a question?
Been going on.
Right. This is nothing new.
We as Black people had to endure, and it doesn't make it right, but it's something that we had to go through. And just like that guy that got killed, I mean, even though he talked down on the sisters and stuff like that, I mean, still his death was still unjustified.
Right, he might get away with it, very likely. Yep. Excellent point.
So
Anastasia, did you want to ask him something? Or?
No, he answered my question, because what I was gonna say to him was, I totally understand what he's saying.
Hello?
I totally understand what he's saying.
You cut off. Hello?
We can still hear you, Pat.
We can still hear you.
Oh, okay.
We can still hear you.
It was like
I don't know if he can hear me. He may not be able to hear me.
Can you hear Anastasia, Pat?
I can't hear her. No.
Oh,
No.
okay. All right. So I don't know how that works sometimes, but yeah. If you want, I can repeat if you want to say something. And
No. He said he's
no,
fine.
Pat, you did it. Yeah, no, you have some great points.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you
Well,
for calling
good,
in.
man.
I was really hoping you'd call in. I knew you'd have something to say, and I appreciate that.
Yeah.
There's nothing
Yeah.
new.
You know, I mean, like always, I mean, hey, things, this stuff is happening. And I mean, right now, the thing is, white people, and when I say white people, I mean, I ain't saying it for people to get offended, but I'm just
Who
stating.
cares?
Right.
No. We're way.
White
That's not.
people.
No, we don't choose white feelings over black lives. No, we'll be okay. We are white
Well,
people.
what
We made
I'm
up the
saying
term.
is,
We're okay. Just saying, it's okay.
what I'm saying is this here is that, you know, right at this moment, they are running scared and they want to place laws in place to protect them, to ensure that they are protected, because they know that they don't want to have the same kind of treatment that blacks been enduring for centuries. Okay, they don't want that kind of treatment. All right. Same way with, for instance, the abortion rate. You know, I mean, hey, look, even though they claim statistics are saying black people have a high abortion rate, I fail to believe that, because
That's a lie.
is, first of all, when they put up these Planned Parenthood centers, they put it in rural black areas. All right. Now, who comes to those rural black areas more than the black people? White people. They come and secretly get their abortion taken care of. No one has to know, because, hey, guess what? It's in a black neighborhood area. Most Planned Parenthood centers are in rural black neighborhoods. All right. But they don't tell you this and stuff like that. So, you know, it's stuff that they sweep under the rug here. And now that the white population is down, now this is why they are trying to say, okay, well, we're going to cut out this here abortion now, because they see how abortion has been hurting them.
Right,
Okay.
right, absolutely. And the big, and what he's saying is, I don't want to speak for you, but right, the birth dearth, the big onslaught of this, you know, abortion's wrong, abortion's bad, and all these laws is simply because white women are having abortions, and they want the white population to grow, not decrease, because the fear is. So that's why we're doing this. It has nothing to do with loving a fetus or a baby. No, and no.
Exactly.
It's white supremacy.
That's right. You got to see through the big picture of it, you know. Now that, you know, they want to populate more of their own time, because, mind you, you have a lot of Mexicans coming across the border every day, okay? Now, a lot of brown and black is going to, you know, hey, overpopulate is going to grow, okay? So what is going to be weeded out?
Well, it's evolutionary. White people, whiteness cannot stay. It's not a dominant factor, and that's just evolutionary, and you know, no, great points.
It's a recessive gene, okay? Right. So I mean, the most dominant gene is gonna dominate anyway. You know, a recessive gene is, I mean, the only way white can get white is with its own kind. Okay, so that's the thing, you know. So, but yeah, I just wanted to, you know, call in and say that, and that's it. But it's always good talking with you guys.
Thank you so much for that.
Thank you. I know he can't hear me.
I had gotten over my cancer. I'm a cancer survivor, so, you know, I got over that. Thank God for that.
Cancerous butt.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But yes. So you all, yes, you know, I'll be back in the chat, and I'll let you all continue to talk.
Okay. Thank you, Pat. You're awesome. Thank you for calling in. Sweet.
So,
all right.
Bye. Awesome. To caveat off of what he's saying, what he's talking about is the birth dearth.
Yeah.
Jane Elliott.
Yeah.
Right. Jane Elliott did a video about the birth dearth.
It's on my channel.
Yes. So if you think these people care about fetuses,
no,
they don't. You think they care about kids, they don't. You think
unless
they
they're
really
white. Sorry.
right, unless they're white, but they don't even care about white kids.
No, they just want to be born. They want to be born, but then they don't care.
Right. They don't care. What it is that their numbers are going down. So this is why you see, and even up until now, you see how they letting the Ukrainians come in, not get deported, but still are deporting people back to Haiti, Africa, Mexico, all these brown and black countries.
And
they
Anna,
want the border.
They're still on the other side of the border, but a lot of the Ukrainians are coming. I got to interrupt really fast. Supreme Decisions. Hello. If you're still here, go ahead, Anna. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
Hey, Supreme Decisions. And they're the border, they keep focusing and fearing they're replacing us, blah, blah, blah. Fox News is, oh my God, these caravans are coming. What they did to the Haitians on the horses and and whipping them and stuff like that. It's because they know their numbers is dwindling. By 2050, they will be a minority. They're letting Russian women. Donald Trump was a part of that. Donald Trump was allowing Russian women to come to his hotel to have these Russian babies. Why do you think he keeps talking about Finland and Norway and all of these countries? Is because of that. Now, let's be clear. White supremacy, if you have a tan and you're willing to do their work, they don't have a problem with that. You know why? Because they're looking at it like this. If we can get these brown little babies to grow up in white supremacy, what do you think they're gonna do? They're gonna be on our side. Think about all of those children that came up missing in the system when they took them from their parents and shipped their parents back. Where do you think those children went? Yeah. Those children went to white families. And the thing about it, white supremacy is old. They did the same thing to the indigenous people.
Right.
They took their children, took them to these residential schools.
It's an old gig. This is an old
told them that they couldn't speak their language, couldn't learn anything about their culture
or their style, hair, everything.
Yep. They took black kids, put them in these white schools. And then you got to think about it. The boule are these, you got to remember when black people, you had a caste system. So with these educated, nearly light-skinned people, who do you think was controlling the dark-skinned people? And if you are with a tan, if you are another race and you're willing to deal with white supremacy and uplift that white supremacy, they will put you to work.
Yep. I'm gonna say it, Lyndon B. Johnson. I'll say it again. He once said, this is like the quote, if I can get it up here, I want to say it right.
Yes.
Quote of a lifetime. Oh goodness, there it is.
Go ahead.
I really should have memorized this thing by now. You'd think. Oh, they're trying to get me subscribe. This is true. I hate to say it. It's antiquated. It's rude, but it's totally true. He said, where is that quote? If you can convince the lowest white man he's better than the best colored man, he won't notice you're picking his pocket. Hell, give him someone to look down upon, and he'll empty his pockets for you.
Yep.
And he got it.
And when he says white, understand that he's saying white in that small area, but white is an attitude. Because you have a lot of people that are considered Asians and fought to be considered white. You have a lot of Hispanic Latinx people that fought in court to be considered white and will go against their own best interest to help white supremacy. So understand that.
And I got to jump in because I always got to, I want to try to kind of hone this in to
Right.
because it's what you're saying is absolutely true, but it boils down to a system white people started. Technically, we did colorism. Technically, what
Yep.
Lyndon B. Johnson, we did that. Okay, that's us.
Yep.
So you can't really blame the indoctrination of people who are not white into this. This is what we do.
Right.
It's what we do.
Yep.
And you know, I don't want to go back into that, but I will explain from the minute we're born. I'm telling you who you're going to see. First person you're going to see when you pop out, and it goes from there. And that's
Yes.
how it works. And we organize our mind as we are growing up, and we have subconscious, biases. All of us, we can't help it. It's evolutionary.
Right.
But if you live in a culture of white supremacy, then you too are indoctrinated, and nobody can get away with it. Now, do you want to add anything? I have a couple of quotes I thought were kind of interesting. I want to know what people watching. Okay, because I want to know what people think about this man. He was murdered. She's running around free. In fact, somebody saw her at a hotel, I guess it was 2 days ago, and was like,
she was drinking. She was out drinking.
What the actual beep?
Living her best life.
And they're like, get the beep out of here. And she's like, what?
Well,
like,
that's what happened with the killers of George Floyd. Remember I'm talking about the other three. One of them, the cop, the light-skinned cop, somebody caught him in like a grocery store buying chocolate chip cookies. And she was like, you think you just gonna be buying chocolate chip cookies? You killed George Floyd.
Yeah, it's like, and this woman, I mean, I don't care. I don't know if it was self-defense or not. It doesn't matter. You murdered someone. She's walking around. I don't get it. Someone you supposedly loved is dead. Okay.
Right.
And she's wondering like why she can't go out and party.
Yep.
I don't know. I don't understand the mentality, but so tell us what you think. I definitely will never be jumping on Black, brown, or indigenous people. Yes, it's a choice and all that, but they too are indoctrinated by it. They are. It's just, obviously probably not as much, hopefully, although some are. So here's Takish. Excuse me, Tariq Nasheed. Now I don't know who that is. It could be a famous person. I'm really, you know me.
I know who Tariq Nasheed is.
Okay, I have no clue, but I really liked what the dude had to say, so I grabbed it. And that's one of my problems. For all I know, he's like a white supremacist. I mean, I don't know.
No. Tariq Nasheed is Black, but I'll send you some of the stuff that he does, and we'll talk offline about that.
Okay, I am not advocating for this human being in any way. I do not know this man. I liked what he had to say. I thought it.
Dennis said he's a hotep.
Are you allowed to say what that is?
A hotep? Oh yeah. So it used to be. It wasn't a bad word.
I've heard that word.
Yeah. It didn't used to be a bad word, but a hotep is the way we describe a person that's like talks about Black people and we need to stay to ourselves and do this, but not for Black women. As long as you're listening to me, you know what I'm saying? Like we're not fighting for Black women's liberation, just Black men. So that's when you have a hotep.
Oh goodness gracious! No wonder he said this. Okay, I'm not reading this now. No,
right.
What? Oh, okay. So I'll read it. What he said. Now, that being said, I probably really should watch it. He says a Nigerian man named Christian Abinseli spent years dissing foundational Black Americans on social media. He really showed disdain for Black women. Oh boy, interesting. And expressing his love and desire for white women. Well, the old saying, "Be careful what you wish for." Now he's dead. Now that's a little bit like, ouch. But that's one person's opinion.
And that's the thing. No, what he's saying is exactly hotep are Black men that treat Black women like white men treat Black men. That's what a hotep. Yes, that wasn't the original meaning of it. It actually means peace, or I come in peace. It's a greeting.
That's what I thought.
It's a greeting, but they used it for something else.
Words are morphed and changed over time. It's very
right, exactly. So this is the thing. Like he said, you want to disparage Black Americans, you wouldn't even have what you have right now, the way you have it, without Black Americans fighting for it. Like Pat W said, I think it was Pat W, there were Africans that came over here and asked to be treated like white people.
Right. He
because
said
they knew.
wealthy
And
Africans. Yeah.
Right. And there's still Africans, I think Northern Africans, that consider themselves white and fought to be considered white. You understand what I'm saying?
I mean, it's everywhere. It's a system. It's tiered, disgusting. It's white supremacy.
So now when it comes to Christian, when it comes to Stephon Clark, when it comes to Jonathan Price, now you got to think about it this way. There was a situation with Sandra Bland and Erica Gardner, and that when Sandra Bland's movie came out, the some of the LGBTQ plus were saying they were going to boycott her movie because she had said,
Why is that?
Because they say she said some disparaging remarks about the community, the LGBTQ plus, right? I'm just telling you what happened.
Intersectionality is extremely important.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, this is the thing. She's still a Black woman that was killed by the cops.
Because of white supremacy.
Right, because of white supremacy. So we need to get on code when it comes to certain things. However, we need to get on code. But however, when you have a person that is not on code, they need to be turned out. They do. I'm sorry. This is the way I feel about it. You wanted to revel in all that whiteness. Guess what? Understand. What's his name? What's the golfer? The golfer. Tiger Woods.
Tiger Woods.
I'm a Blasian or whatever the hell he said.
He's Asian and he's Black.
When he got arrested, what was he? He was Black.
Probably right. I mean, right.
He was Black. When OJ said, "I'm not Black, white, I'm OJ." When OJ got arrested, what was OJ? He was Black. Absolutely. So the way I look at it is some of these people need to get their Negro wake-up calls. And when it comes, understand we're going to look at you like, see, we told you. Like, for instance, like I said, this thing with Will Smith, I could care less about him, his wife, any of that, because that's rich people and rich people business. Okay? But white people found out that Will Smith was Black, and look at what they're doing to him. Bill Cosby, he talked all kinds of crap about Black people. Guess what? As soon as something came out,
we have a phone call. Hello. Hi, welcome to the show. Hi.
Oh, okay.
You're on
My name is LaDonna.
Oh, hello. Welcome, LaDonna. Thanks for calling in.
Hi, guys. Hi. Can you hear me, Anna?
No. Oh man, here.
No, I can hear her, but she
can't hear me. But anyways,
oh yeah, she can hear
I
you.
just wanted to call. I was trying to, interrupt her, but my phone is kind of slow. That's all my fault.
You're in. No worries.
I can't really hear her. Hold on. I'm gonna have a little bit of a delay. I'm gonna turn the TV up. But I was calling to interrupt Anna because I find it so hilarious how that your apple reference, you notice whenever it's white people, there's always a few bad apples, but when it comes to Black people, one bad apple spoils the bunch. Okay, that's all I wanted to comment on. I'm just saying.
Absolutely. Thank you. Exactly.
She's completely right. The fact of the matter is that what happens is they look.
Bye, y'all.
Oh, bye. Thanks for calling in. That was an awesome comment of the night. She can't hear you.
Yes, LaDonna. Thank you so much.
She couldn't hear you.
When Black people, when one Black person do something, we all have to account for it.
You stand for everybody.
Everybody.
One.
But what I need to tell them is that, so you telling all of us are violent, all of this, understand Martin Luther King was black, all these good Negroes that you talking about, they're added into that too. When Dylan Roof and all these white shooters, oh, that wasn't me. I didn't have nothing to do with that.
And that also has to do with and this is kind of an analogy is white folks, we always get the benefit of the doubt, whereas black people are always considered bad until proven otherwise. And it's just how it seems to go. And that to me is like, it's just wow.
But just like the Ketanji thing, I forget who it was that said she's nothing but a white person because she hit all the goalposts and surpassed y'all. So now she's just white. But when you had the other lady, she went to a HBCU and it was like, oh my God, she didn't go to an Ivy League college.
We can't win. You just can't win.
So you can't win. So it doesn't matter. So why care anymore? Just mind your black business and be awesome. Oh, that was Tucker Carlson that said that? Of course.
Yeah, that's right.
He's trash. He's trash.
He's an embarrassment to humanity.
And this is the thing. The way I feel about it like this, I'm tired. And if these black men want to do these things, I'm telling you, I'm turning you out. This whole thing with Jonathan Price, that's not my fight. The situation with this young man, that's not my fight. You know why it's not my fight? Because black women are the most disrespected. We come to everybody. Everybody expects us to save. We supposed to die exhausted. I'm not doing that. I don't have any wrinkles, and I'm not getting no wrinkles over these men that deal with these women. Now, this woman says she only dates rich black men. And let it be known, black women will tell you, let these dudes hit the NBA, let these dudes hit the NFL, let these dudes get these. Look at Nick Cannon. Look at all these women he impregnating them. And I'm like, you know what? Make sure those racially ambiguous women that you impregnated, let them have your foolishness. That's the way I look at it. You can't save everybody. And I'm sorry he's dead, but you chose that. Chris Brown, all of them. Soon as they make a little money, now we're not good enough for them anymore. Look at what's old girl's name of Stacey Dash. Black men weren't good enough until that white man beat her up. His daughter beat him up, and she got arrested. Now she talking about, oh, I think I can date a black man. Nah, going. Ain't nobody want you. What's her name? Omarosa. You know what I'm saying? She needs to be turned out. It's a whole bunch of them that need to be turned out. But the question is, then we look at where do they go? Where do they go? Because once they're turned out, guess what happens? They become our worst enemies.
Yeah, this is a tough situation. And I notice I'm absolutely got no opinion whatsoever on this. I'm not neutral, but I have no opinion because it's not
right.
This is Anastasia's opinion, and anyone watching is absolutely welcome to jump in, and you don't have to agree. This is how she feels, and I respect it 100%. I don't know what I would feel, but it's not my place. So I'm saying nothing. She's not speaking for this channel. She's speaking for herself. And that's what every Black, brown, or Indigenous person is absolutely, that's their right to do. And so if you think something different, jump in. Here's this person, I hope, I'm not even going to say who this person is because it might be like some famous person, a person who happens to be Black, I believe, because I don't know pop culture is terrible.
Right.
This is what she says. I think it's she. Yeah. Black. Now, this is really out there. this is nothing I'd ever say, but I'm reading, this is what she said, and I want her opinion
Right.
out here. Blacks hating on blacks. And then you've got the audacity to complain about how white folks treat you. First of all, he was an American born in Texas to Nigerian parents. He was an American, not a Nigerian. He might be Nigerian American. Regardless of what he said 10 years ago or where he came from, justice must be served. Okay.
That's her opinion.
Her opinion.
And the thing about it is we can walk and chew gum. I can complain about both treatments. That right there is stupid. Because one has nothing to do with the other. If he wasn't dead a couple of days ago, was Tamir Rice still dead?
Yeah, and the bottom line is you can say I really disapprove of his behavior. It's really, but the bottom line is he's still a black man that was murdered by a white person who will very likely have zero consequences.
Exactly.
Okay? Maybe he deserves zero. I don't know. I don't know the case. But you see, our history indicates that it's very troubling.
Right. And then you got to think about, look what happened with OJ. OJ, these two white people ended up dead, you know? And OJ knew they still hate OJ. Michael Vick did a whole bunch of stuff. But what was the thing that got him caught up? He messed with a dog.
Messed with puppy dogs.
Exactly. Yep. He wasn't even there.
Yeah.
And think about it. Michael Vick had the nerve to tell Colin Kaepernick he needs to cut his hair. He needs to do. Michael Vick, ain't you the one that had cornrows? Are you for real? Are you for real? So for me, like I said, I don't know. I seen that quote that you're talking about, but I don't give a hot damn. What I'm saying for me,
mm-hmm.
I'm turning you out. I feel sorry for this young brother. I'm sorry he's gone. But guess what? You can't have it both ways. You can't have us sitting there fighting for you while you beating us over the head. The same ones you beating you. No, I'm like, let me know how that goes. His Nigerian community needs to fight for him because we are cotton pickers. Let us know how that goes for you. And maybe, just maybe, instead of putting black owned, because you know this was going on during the revolution, that they were putting black owned in their stores.
Can you explain that further?
So there was in Wisconsin and a couple of other places, right? There were African restaurants and businesses. What they were doing was putting black owned in the window. So I guess whoever wouldn't destroy it.
I didn't understand what you said. Black owned. Oh, I
right,
said
black owned.
I couldn't hear the word.
Well, these are the same people to say that I'm not black.
Right.
I'm Somalian. I'm this.
Yeah.
And so you understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like, so at the end of the day,
it's not a convenience thing. It's
convenient for you.
It's not. Yeah.
So I'm done with the convenience. You're not black. Let me know how that goes for you.
And other black people think differently, but this is what Anastasia thinks, and absolutely,
that's the way I think about it.
And that's why
I'm not hating on you.
Right.
I'm not gonna. No, Pat. They weren't putting it in there for that.
Yeah.
They put it in there
further because I don't. Yeah.
Pat W. They wasn't trying to attract black people. They seen the lay of the land, and so they put it so they wouldn't damage the property.
They didn't want They wanted their property touched.
It had nothing. Right. It had nothing to do with that.
He might not have gotten the context. Yeah.
Right. Trust me. I love West African food.
He gets it.
Love West African food. And I dress like this with my head wrap. They still look at me funny when I come in there and ask for some fufu and okra soup.
Why is that?
Because I'm not African. I'm not. It's the tribalism is crazy.
Wow.
The tribalism is so crazy. But let me tell you, you know who's the cause of that? White supremacy.
That's the thing.
We get, oh, you know, Africans are backwards. They don't have, you know, shoes. They don't, you know, they don't have water, all kinds of stuff. Africa is a horrible place. And then they get told to stay away from us. We're lazy, we're stupid, we don't want to work. So you got damn, okay. You got white people telling black people about black people. You understand what I'm saying?
Not cool, yeah. It's not.
And that's what it is. And some of us are so indoctrinated that we don't even go to find out. Like, it was a fufu challenge that was going around. And Black Americans, Black Americans were trying fufu. All fufu is cassava, you know.
Are you saying fufu or
fufu? F-U-F-U, fufu.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And it's like mashed potatoes. It's kind of like a thick mashed potatoes. Mm-hmm. And we eat it. Good night, Leslie. And we eat it with the you know, because they make a lot of stews and stuff like that instead of rice. But they make rice too. But I like fufu, right? And they were doing a fufu challenge. And they were making fun of African food. And I'm like, now you got white people making fun of African food. And I'm like, I have never seen a person born, a Hispanic or Latinx person born in America, making fun of traditional Hispanic food. I've never seen that. I've never seen an Asian person, an American-born Asian person, making fun of Asian traditional Asian
ignorant. That's a bizarre thing to do.
That's a bizarre thing to do. And fufu is so good. It is so good. Let me tell you something. Okra soup or peanut butter soup, I love it. My kids love it. But it was because I was introduced to it, you know, and bitter greens and stuff like that. And, you know, but it's infighting, just like LaDonna said. And LaDonna, her family is from the Caribbean. It's the same thing.
And we white people eat it up. We love every minute of it because
Caribbeans have a different way. They don't like Black Americans. We're lazy. We this, we that. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, it's like we look at them like, are you serious? And you see what LaDonna said? They look at us and it's like, wait a minute, you wouldn't have the thing when that hurricane came over. And I don't know if it was from Jamaicans or it was from the Virgin Islands. And they told them people, you can't come here. You got to go back. And it was like, why are you doing that to them? Do you remember?
No,
it was like a hurricane. It was Banku. I love Banku too. Banku is kind of the same thing. It's kind of the same thing, but it's seasoned and it's so good. I'm gonna have to take you to an African restaurant and we're gonna have to get some Banku. But your daughter is from Somalia or Ethiopia?
My daughter's Ethiopian. We've been to Ethiopian restaurants, and I am embarrassed to say the child ordered a hamburger.
Yes. See, Ethiopian food is completely different than West African food. Like, it's heavier.
Yeah, she wouldn't. She tried it. I had her try it, but she wanted a hamburger. I was like, oh, geez. Yeah. I mean, I'm not in. You know.
No, I know, but I understand that. But the thing about it is, like I said, she's still a kid. Like, I didn't get into African food until I was an adult. Like, the kids don't like Caribbean food either.
Oh, I love Caribbean food. She's a child from America, and so she doesn't.
Right.
But I mean, it was kind of funny though, because we were all into this. This is so cool. And when she was little, we had her try everything, and she didn't really know much about it. And she went to a restaurant, and you know, it is.
I mean, I'm injera. So Ethiopians, the Ethiopian dishes we had injera, and like I really don't particularly care for injera because the texture of it. I'm a texture person.
Well, if we were raised on it, it's different. I mean, it's different. When
Right, it's completely different.
Absolutely.
But West African food, I gets down with West African food. Oh my God, I love it. So when you come down here, Pat W, yes, African food is like the bomb. Talanda, fufu is the bomb. Banku, Talanda, try Banku. I'm telling you, it'll make you a believer. Trust me.
I love trying new things. Absolutely.
Try
I love
if you
Love
trust
it.
me. And you know, in Georgia, right? My daughter, see, Dennis says he loves injera. I don't like it too much, but they deliver African food to your house.
Where you live?
And where my daughter is in Georgia, you probably, if all of y'all that's listening to us right now, it's an app called Eat Okra.
Okay, I
Eat
remember that.
Okra. Like, you know, okra, the vegetable.
I'm growing some okra in my little mini right now.
Right. Eat okra. If you go to London, you're in a good place.
Right,
If you in Augusta, I could tell you a great African restaurant to go to. But it's an app called Eat Okra.
Okay, I'll remember that.
And it'll tell you all the Black owned restaurants in your area. It goes African food, Caribbean food, any kind of Black owned business, any kind of food they sell. It's at Eat Okra.
Okay. Can you type that in? Is it
Yes.
it's just spelled EAT?
Yep. Eat Okra. Yep.
You want to type it
I'm
in?
doing it right now.
Thank you. Well, we're getting close to wrapping up tonight. I am so thrilled for so many people to be here, and this is a topic that needs to be discussed. It's not really a topic that's my place personally to discuss. ASM, you should come down to DC and some of us can take you. Oh, you're so sweet. I would love it. Oh my God. I'll totally try anything too. Well, okay. Most anything. Most anything.
Check out Black. I'm putting it in there right now.
Thanks,
Black owned restaurant.
Sweet. I would love that. I would love that. But I was just laughing that where was it? We were in New York City, I think, or somewhere real close to there, getting Ethiopian food, a beautiful like cafe. My child, the only kid there who orders a hamburger.
They make the best coffee.
Well, Ethiopian
they
coffee.
Make the best coffee.
Yeah.
Like we've been to a cup. Who's your badger? Which one in DC you like going to? Because I got a couple that I love in DC. Like I think is it 18th Street or U Street is where all the restaurants are. But there's one on one of those streets down at it's like a street where it's nothing but restaurant.
We should all meet down there one time.
Yeah, I'm telling you, come to
everyone to get
listen, if you come down here to Virginia, I got a guest room, a guest suite, and we will take you to all the restaurants.
You're so sweet. Well,
trust me, you will. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you about West. Is U Street Corridor? Yep, there you go, LaDonna. Let me tell you, West African food. I'll tell you about that. You see why them women are built the way they are? Because I'm gonna tell you, you eat some of that fufu or that banku with that okra and peanut butter soup. Trust and believe. When you don't need no BBL, you will not need a BBL. Angry soccer mom.
What's a BBL?
A Brazilian butt lift.
Oh, okay. You know me. I don't know.
I'm just telling you, all these chicks going to get these Brazilian butt lifts. All you need to do is eat some fufu, some banku.
Sounds good. Sounds really good.
Go to that Jamaican restaurant and get you some beef patties with some cocoa bread and some curry goat. Man, please.
I love Jamaican food.
Dennis, what is that Jamaican restaurant that we like going?
You're making me hungry. I know. I haven't had dinner yet.
Let me tell you something. We have certain restaurants that we go to. Oh my God. I'm telling you, when the girls, because my girls was with their dad, and we were just going food hopping and going stuff like that. And it was this I keep saying Jamaican, but it's a Caribbean restaurant. This Caribbean restaurant, oh my, Ruby's Kitchen. Oh my God. That food is the bomb. And they make their beef patties and cocoa bread in there.
Oh, wow.
And no, we've never met in person. Never met in person.
Nope.
And there's a African restaurant that we go to, and I'm telling you, that food is like butter. Oh my God, it's amazing. So, Angry Soccer Mom, when you come down to Virginia, we're gonna take you to Londa. Where are you at in Georgia? Tell me where you at in Georgia.
Thank you.
And I can tell you some good what's the name of the restaurant? Because I'm pretty sure that I've been there. If you're in Augusta, I'm pretty sure I've been to that restaurant. And if you go to eat okra, I'm telling you, any kind of food that you want vegan food, you want any kind of food. It's Hoosier. I'm in DC. Hoosier, I'm in Springfield, Virginia. I'm 30 minutes away. Oh, you in Atlanta area? Oh, okay.
Is that far?
Oh no, that's LaDonna. LaDonna's saying she
got
LaDonna.
Okay.
I'm talking to Londa to see where she's at. Oh, you in South Atlanta? Okay. If you go down to Augusta, I got some for you. But like I said, go to eat. It's an app called Eat Okra, and you go there and you can look up anything in your area, and that's it.
I gotta go to the fridge and get some food after all this.
But that's why, you know what? Let me tell you something. That's why my weight loss went off track, because I was eating West African food.
Is it heavy? It's hard.
Oh my! It sticks to you. It'll stick to you. But let me tell you something. You will be. Oh yes, I went to that kava spot. I know exactly where. Exactly, babe. Remember we went to. Yeah, the kava spot is in Atlanta, but kava. That's another thing, y'all. Y'all need to get on to the kava spots. Does everybody know what kava is? Okay, so kava is a root, right? It's a root, and it's a medicinal root. And in the Polynesian and Micronesian and Melanesian, hey King Geo.
Hi King, thanks for being here.
And the Melanesian countries, when they used to fight wars, they didn't have anesthesia, right? So from Fiji. So that's in Fiji is in Melanesia. So they would give them kava, and it's like a brown root, and it calms you down. It's like a natural sedative, but not a sedative that's gonna make you go to sleep.
I need some of that. Interesting.
It's not gonna make you go to sleep. It relaxes you.
It'll just relax you if you want to go to sleep.
Right now, it tastes like dirt. When you taste it, it tastes like dirt. But it's gonna calm you down. Like you don't have to smoke weed. You don't have to drink alcohol. It's a numbing sensation when you get it on your tongue. It's a numbing sensation.
Is it legal? It's legal?
Huh?
It's legal?
Oh yeah, it's legal. Oh yeah.
I just I've never smoked weed before in my whole life.
Yeah. It's legal. But weed is in DC is legal. I just don't do it. It's just I don't do it, and I don't do the edibles. But I'm not against people. I'm just saying they need to free all those people that was selling weed, because I was just reading something.
Absolutely.
These nuns made like $1.2 million. You hear what I said? Nuns of the Catholic Church selling weed.
And there are people in prison for
No, it doesn't have weed in it. It's just a natural root. It's a natural root. You can actually, if you deal with Amazon, I'm on pause from Amazon, but you can buy it on Amazon, but it's best for you to get it naturally made at the place. It's best for you to get it naturally made.
All right. Well, definitely we're gonna wrap it up, but gosh,
all right.
I feel starving. Everything sounds so good.
Yes.
But definitely we got to make a time to get all together and go to DC and meet up. I would love that. I would absolutely love that. Yep. LaDonna. Yeah, it's this nation. Don't even get me started. Oh my gosh. Well, thank you so much to everybody for being here. And Anastasia, you are, as always, amazing.
So are you, my love.
Much.
And thank you to our audience. Y'all make us want to come back and talk to y'all.
You guys killed it tonight. You were awesome. This is a lot of stuff. You guys did great. Thank you.
Bye.
All right. Have a great night. Be safe out there, guys.
Bye.
Bye.